guys, welcome to Tiffany Gilbaugh Live. We are here with my amazing friend, Hunter. Hunter owns a professional real estate photography company. I met Hunter through our church, actually. He was one of the youth pastors that works with my son.
Yeah.
And then I found out he does, okay, I have to tell you, we're mic'd a little different tonight because I was making too much noise last week. So if you see me just ignore me.
There we go.
Anyway, I found out that you do these. You worked with Andrew, I think, actually one time on a video that he was doing for school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, wait, tell me more. What does he do?
Yeah.
So I'm excited because I get to work with Hunter now in a totally different way.
Absolutely.
So I had a friend who had a listing, beautiful $700,000 home, and they had taken their iPhone pictures.
iPhone pictures. Absolutely.
iPhone pictures of a $700,000 house. And when we went and talked to them, we were like, professional photography is really important, and they didn't want to spend the money on it. And later that day, we actually got a phone call from another agent who was trying to show the home, and she had a buyer, but he wasn't even willing to come to the house to look at it because the pictures were not good. And it wasn't that they were even that bad, they just weren't a $700,000 home style picture.
Yeah.
So I was just curious about a couple stats on this. Homes with great photography actually sell 32% faster.
That's awesome.
So have any of you been on Zillow or, on my app? You guys better have my app. Looking at homes and you see this and you're like, what is that? We're gonna play a game here in a second of what's wrong with this photo.
Oh, I'm ready.
I know, it's gonna be great. You're gonna have to point some of this stuff out. Homes with more photos actually sell faster too. So a home that just has one actually sits on the market for 70 plus days. Who wants to sit with their house that long? But a home with 20 photos or more spends only about 32 days on the market. And then for homes in that 200,000 to 1 million range, those that include really good professional photography can sell their house for $3,000 to $11,000 more than they could have. And we'll talk more about that in a minute because you had some great tips on that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to play a game with Hunter. I want him to show us some of these. I found these pictures online. It's not hard to find really bad pictures on the internet. Gotta be careful. So if we could see some of these pictures, and we're going to kind of talk through what we are seeing here. Okay. Wow.
All right. A lot of stuff going on in this picture right off the bat. So immediately, it's very, very dark, and there's a lot of stuff right there on the countertop. So we would brighten up this photo, give it a much wider shot, clear all the stuff off of it, and then obviously, you can see who's taking the photo right there.
She's in the picture.
She is in the picture.
She is in the picture.
Yeah.
So she comes with the house, and all of those things.
All of that comes with it as well.
There you go. You can get a facial right there. Okay, what's the next one? Wow. Okay.
All right. So
okay, these Google photos, is what this is?
Yes.
So talk about why you don't want to use a Google, like those directional.
Yeah, it looks like that's spray painted into the art. Yeah, that's something interesting right there.
I think you can click and drag these, but they're not,
right, exactly. It's still very dark too.
Yeah.
The house looks a little distorted from that as well. I think when you put on Google Earth, it kind of makes it look a little bit rounder right there.
Looks like it has a foundation issue, maybe?
Yeah, so
leaning to one side.
Not what you want to see off a photo.
No, not at all. Okay, what's the next one? We can see the next one. Oh, it's Christmas.
It is Christmas time, and that is the only thing you get right there is you get the Christmas tree. So yeah, you get a Christmas tree. You don't get much else. Again, it's pretty dark in there. I can't really tell.
Well, you never want to decorate either when you're staging. We're going to talk some about staging in a minute, but with
you don't want to show the season. You know, you want it to be if you can't tell when it was taken, essentially.
Exactly.
So
this is a big no-no.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know why they don't have a couch in there either, but that's okay. Okay, what's the next one? Okay.
So this one, I can't even see where the top of the house is just because the tree's covering it, so it's not the best angle right off the bat. And then also they have their truck in the photo right in the driveway that's blocking that big part of the garage. So I would, go ahead and move that as well.
Two big no-nos right off the bat. You want to be able to see the house, and you certainly don't want to see your own personal vehicle.
Yeah, I would say too, I don't know, it looks like there might be more land over there on the right, but we don't necessarily see that. So again, wide angle lens would be great.
Next one. Okay. This one was one of my favorites.
So I immediately start and look at the side of the fridge because there's so much going on that side of that fridge. So
somebody didn't do their chores today. They really need to work on.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going there, a good calendar. So all that stuff would be cleaned off.
Why do we want to take that down? Why would you not want your own personal stuff?
Well, I mean, that's bad to begin with, to have your personal stuff just out there online.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't look, it just doesn't look professional. It looks bad. That's where my eyes go immediately.
Exactly.
It's distracting from the rest of the kitchen for me. The light is off, it looks like, inside where the dining room table is. It's very, very dimly lit. And again, wide angle lens, so we make it look so much better there.
I know we all love our grandchildren and our children, and we love their photos, but you got to take them off the picture. Big thing. Okay, next one. This is fun.
This one,
we all get to turn sideways.
There we go. We're going sideways with it, right? So
I hope so. Those chandeliers are unique.
Yeah, I don't want to have to be, having to hurt my neck trying to look at these photos of the house. So obviously you wouldn't have anything like this happen where you have to rotate your head to necessarily see the photo. It's also pretty dark. It doesn't look like the chandeliers are on. It looks like they took it when the power was out, essentially. So
it does. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Okay, that's fun. Well, okay, this is some staging right here.
Love the staging. Some staging, yeah. I would just probably not have a bed in there at all, to be honest with you. I would just probably move that out if it was that easy to put that bed in. Again, very dark in there. It doesn't look like they have a light on. I would just make sure the room is empty at that point. Yeah. Again, with the wide angle lens would also be very beneficial there too. That's something else.
Oh, look, we get a dog.
You get a free dog with that house. There you go.
You get a Rottweiler, you get an alarm system that comes with this house.
That's right.
There's still a lot going on there too.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one. I mean, obviously you don't want your pets in there. The pets would be, out of photos. I do think it's kind of weird because you're kind of seeing half of one room and then half of another room, and so it's not really, there's not really a focal point. Yeah, and you have the chair over there in the corner. The focal point is almost the dog in this picture.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So it's
great picture of your dog.
Yeah, great picture of the dog.
I know you're cute, but you need to be in the pictures. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're watching a TV show.
Okay.
Something looks like on the History Channel.
That's awesome.
We have that going on, and then you have the lights of, it looks like maybe the kitchen in the photo.
Oh yeah, that is what that is. I was trying to figure out how the ceiling fan was attached.
Yeah, no, you don't even get to blocking the ceiling fan. So just a very, not the greatest angle. The lighting, it looks like they tried to take it with a flash, but again, you do have, it's darker in corners, and that other corner with the lamp is very too bright. The windows are closed, turn the TV off. And get a better angle without that light right there. So
yes, for sure. Okay, all right, that was fun.
That was awesome. I loved it. That was a lot of fun.
Who wants a dog now? I'm gonna buy a house with a dog. Okay, so just for the record, if you list with me, I will be taking care. Hunter will be doing your pictures. I will be taking care of that as part of my service. But Hunter does work with your brother, right?
Yes, my older brother. Yeah.
Okay. So they have. They're very broad in how far you guys go. You were just in Austin today.
Yes, we just went down to Austin. We shot a video there in Austin. So we're very, very broad with what we do. We do real estate photos. We do 36 photos. So that, like we said earlier, one photo is equal to 70 days on the market. More than 20, it goes down to half of that. So we include 36, which is what you can put side MLS and all that, what goes on Zillow and Realtor.com. Also with that, the drone photos are very big right now, aerial shots. That's something we also like to include. Another big thing that we're doing right now is video, just because of everything happening right now. It's very important. So, photos are great, and photos let you see the house, and then you have that extra step of video to kind of get the space a little bit more. And, with, like I said, all this stuff going on right now, it's just nice to have.
And so many people moving in from out of state.
Especially around here.
Yes. This is a huge, North Texas, and especially North Dallas, is growing. I think Collin County is like #1 fastest growing county in the U.S. right now. And if you're coming from Seattle or you're coming from California or whatever, you can't necessarily fly in to look at the house. So if you've got first of all, great photos, but then you've got a video as well.
Yeah.
That's huge. So anybody listing with me will have that with my buddy Hunter. And then another thing too, I don't know, because every one of us have been on Zillow or been on Realtor.com or any of those, just Google a house. And what is the first thing you think of though when you pull up those pictures? if they're really bad, you're initially like, I don't even want to see it.
No.
So I think I saw a statistic the other day that was like 95 now, just this year, 95% of homes that are purchased were first saw online.
It's incredible.
But that's your first impression that you're giving to anybody who's going to see your home, are those photos. And so you want to make sure that first impression is always the absolute best.
Yes.
Okay, I want to show some of your work now that we've looked at the scary photos.
All right,
I want to see some of your stuff. So I know iPhones are great. Our cell phones have gotten amazing. I just threw one on the floor. That's why I'm looking down. And for some things, right? They're
good for, the selfie, it's gotten very good, They're good for portrait stuff.
Yeah.
But I think with real estate specifically, I think there are the right tools for the right job, and that's not necessarily the right tool for that job.
100% agree with you. 100%.
Yeah.
I have any of y'all that follow me on my regular page see nothing but Leo videos all the time.
Love it.
And that's what your iPhones are for.
Yes.
Not for taking pictures of your house.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at some kind of side-by-sides of someone who's taken a picture with an iPhone, and then we're going to see what you've done to change that up. So let's look at our first photo. Okay. Wow, that curtain is blowing in the wind.
Yeah, immediately it's very distorted. You see a lot of curvature due from the lens of the iPhone. It's pretty dark in there.
You can't really even see the tile.
No, it's
in the shower.
It's something.
It's tiny.
It is very tiny looking. And then if we go to the next photo.
Let's see what Hunter did in this. Woo! Okay, wow.
So there we actually,
huge.
I don't even know if there was a toilet in the last shot, but we actually get to see that there's a toilet.
Hey, look,
nothing is distorted. You get to see the tiles inside of there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful bathroom.
But you can see the size. Now you've got the tools for that.
Correct.
You can see the lid, I guess. But
yeah.
So huge difference. And
Yes.
bathrooms and kitchens sell. Those are the two things that sell your home, bathrooms and kitchens.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Let's see, what was our other one that we did? Let's try one more. Okay. Beautiful, but
so this is a beautiful living room. Immediately, if you look outside the window, you can't really tell what's happening. It's just very, very bright right there. Even inside the living room, it's super dark compared to that window right there.
Absolutely.
So again, the distortion is happening right there too. There's a lot of curvature in a lot of areas. It looks kind of wrong, kind of wonky.
A fisheye kind of got that.
Yes, fisheye look to it very much so.
Okay, let's see how Hunter retook this picture. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to have a cup of coffee there now? That looks gorgeous.
So right there, we're able to see, inside the actual house a lot better.
You can see the backsplash.
Yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal backsplash. You're able to see outside the window much better, kind of see what's going on behind it. And you're not getting any of that wonky distortion again.
You can see the crisp lines.
Yeah,
and the colors.
such a beautiful house.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Huge. Okay, how many of you would have actually gone to see this house if it would have just been this first one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do. We've got one more of another master bath, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really dark.
It's very dark. You don't get to see kind of the whole bath there, and then even the cabinets. That's where it gets super dark.
Are they standing on the toilet? Where are they standing?
Yeah, it's interesting. You're getting a curve again, and then you can't see. Here in the next photo, I think you can see the more detail in the cabinets as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so before you couldn't really tell that.
Black. These are gray.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
So
in the shower, you can even see the tile in the shower back there.
And it's a much wider shot.
Yes.
Again, not distorted or anything like that. So
huge. Okay. So you can really, you guys seeing where I'm going with this? This is everything with selling a house these days.
Yes.
You can't just take a picture with your
first impressions are huge.
Number one thing.
Yes.
So outside. Okay, talk to us about what you do for photos when they're outside.
Yeah, so with photos on the outside, we're going to remove the vehicles. We saw some of those shots where the vehicles were in the driveway.
It's easier to do that, people, if you just back your car out.
Yeah, exactly. Around
my husband always says if you can do it in the camera, do it in the camera.
Yeah.
It's way easier than having to do after stuff.
So true. 100% agree with that. So we're going to move that out of the driveway. If we have any grass that's dead or anything, we're going to go in, we're going to green that grass. Make sure it's a day where it's not overcast outside. With overcast, kind of rainy days, kind of makes the photo look just a little bit too dark and I don't want to say dingy,
foggy,
but
almost.
Yeah, almost. So we want to put a blue sky in there if it's not a blue sky day. we're going to pull up the shadows so you're able to see the front of the house, see the brick, see that door right there.
Stonework.
Yeah, the stonework. Make sure to take it to where you're seeing the whole house, not maybe just a piece of it or anything like that.
The tree's not blocking everything.
Exactly.
Got a great angle on that.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about. You see how amazing that was. We have a comment. Oh, Stephanie. Hey, Steph. This is great advice. I want to have my own staging business. Okay, so you have to move to Dallas. You have to move to this area so that you can come be my stager. I would love that. Actually,
that's awesome.
We were talking about that because a lot of real estate agents do that. They do hire their own stagers. Sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye.
Oh, no.
No one did hit me, I promise. I was looking at this because it's so bright. I feel like I need to... We went kayaking this week. I will not tell you how many times I flipped out of my kayak. But staging is huge. It makes all the difference. And it's so simple, even if it's just moving something to another part of the house it needs to go anyway.
Yes.
But number one things when you start preparing your house to put it on the market is going to be take all your family photos down. I remember when we sold our house in Washington, I was like, but that's all I have on my walls. When anybody walks through my house, it's just all photos everywhere.
Yeah.
But I actually had to go buy artwork. Oh, really? Because I didn't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
Because you cannot, and now I understand, because people need to be able to visualize themselves in the home. And if Fido is laying there, or if pictures are on the refrigerator, or if you've got things around, it just doesn't quite do it. Making the beds, those sort of things.
Yeah, virtual staging. Good photos are great. The other half of it would be that staging, and it's kind of the icing on the cake. You want to have a good photo, but at the same time, you want the stuff inside the photo to look very well, very, very good.
I can't tell you how many pictures I've seen recently where there's boxes sitting, just stacked or sitting, and I'm like, really, you couldn't just move that for a second, just for a minute? I don't know.
Then put it back right afterwards.
It was crazy. Okay, so any other tips that you have for people? Number one is always just make sure you hire a professional when you're selling your home. That's just, I don't care if your house is worth $200,000. Talk about the finance. We did mention that just a little bit, that the price of your home goes up, but we were talking about that earlier too.
Yeah, so I think the big thing to remember too is if you're kind of hesitant about this, or you think you can do it yourself, if you have professional photos done, that's going to generate more traffic to your house, which is going to mean more showings for your house. More showings means you're going to get multiple bids. The price is going to go up, and you can sell your house for more. We are in a seller's
market right now.
Very much so.
We really are. And I know people are like, oh, but COVID, and no. People are fighting over the houses that are priced right and that look great.
Yeah.
And
when this all started, I myself was even hesitant, but just from the past couple months, I've been busier now in this market than I've ever been before. Absolutely. So it is not slowing down. It is still very much going. I almost
don't want people to know about you because I want to be able to get to you when I need you.
I appreciate that.
You gave me an option today. I need you here.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. Well, if you guys think of anything else or any other questions or have anything that we can do for you, Hunter is amazing at many things.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
He's been so great with Andrew too.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's a great kid. And I think that's going to do it. If you need anything, let us know. Otherwise, we really appreciate you guys spending some time with us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate you being here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Drove all the way back from Austin just to be here
absolutely.
tonight.
I'm glad I could make it. I really am.
I was nervous. I'm like, if I have to do this by myself, it's not near as much fun. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks again. And
thank you so much.
We'll see you later.